At my elder sister's wedding, I fell in love with a bridesmaid at first sight. I spent $20,000 a month to win her over. She said yes after I confessed. I thought I'd hit the jackpot. I flexed to everyone I knew, until I started an internship at my elder sister's company, and I saw my elder sister respectfully handing her documents. She walked over holding a coffee, raised an eyebrow, and asked me,
"Intern, should your salary go to your account, or mine?"
I froze on the spot. On the day of my elder sister's wedding, I was in charge of handing out wedding favors at the hotel entrance. She glanced back at me. Just once. The box of wedding favors in my hand dropped to the floor.
It would be embarrassing to pick it up.
I crouched down to gather the candy. My heart felt like something was off. Before the ceremony started, I caught my elder sister and asked, "What's that bridesmaid's name?"
"Which one?"
"The one in the purple dress with short hair."
Songji.
"What does she do?"
"She's my colleague."
"Does she have a boyfriend?" Her look was complicated, but she didn't say a word. She just tossed out,
"I don't know. Ask her yourself."
During the wedding ceremony, I barely looked at the stage. From 2 tables away, I stared at Songji at the bridesmaid's table.
Eat something.
"I'm not hungry."
If you're not hungry, what are you staring at?
I ignored my mom. During the toast, I carried my glass halfway across the hall, making a point to go to the bridesmaid's table. "Hi, ladies. I'm the bride's younger brother. Thanks for coming today." The other bridesmaids all smiled and clinked glasses. Songji was the last to raise her glass.
"Your elder sister looks beautiful today."
"My elder sister is beautiful every day." My heart skipped another beat. As the wedding was winding down, I waited for her in the hotel hallway. Songji came out in a change of clothes, a white shirt, and black pants, carrying her bridesmaid dress bag. "Can I add you?"
"How old are you?"
22, I'm a senior.
"I'm older than you."
"By how many years?"
"Guess."
24.
"Put it in the request note. I don't add strangers."
I stood in the hallway, watching her walk away until she disappeared into the elevator. My phone buzzed. She accepted my friend request. I sent the first message, "I'm the guy who toasted you today, the bride's younger brother, Shenzhou." She replied with 3 words, "I got it." I stared at those 3 words for 5 minutes.
Let's go. Your dad's drunk, give him a hand.
I stuffed my phone in my pocket and went with my mom to help my dad. On the way, my dad put his arm around my shoulder, slurring his words.
"Your sister is married now. You're next."
"Soon." After adding her, I sent a good morning every morning on the dot. She didn't reply for the first 3 days. On the 4th day, she replied with "ma'am." On the 5th day, I sent a photo of the breakfast I made. The fried eggs were burnt. I added a caption, "Look, I can't even handle eggs, let alone you." She replied with a ha. Another single word. I jumped for joy. From that day on, I stepped up my game. The first week, I sent a bouquet of flowers to her office. I didn't know which floor she worked on, so I had the florist write her name and leave them at the front desk. She sent a message that night, "I got the flowers. Are they pretty?"
"They're okay. They were at the front desk. Everyone saw them."
Isn't that perfect? Let everyone know someone's after you. It took her a while to reply.
"You're pretty bold."
The second week, I asked her to dinner. She finally agreed on the 3rd try. She picked the place, a Japanese restaurant in a mall. I arrived half an hour early. I flipped through the menu 3 times, memorizing a few expensive dishes. When she arrived, she was wearing a grey coat. She took off her scarf and draped it over the back of the chair. Her movements were fluid. "You look good in grey."
"Let's order."
She didn't say much during the meal. She listened to whatever I said, occasionally chiming in. When the bill came, I insisted on paying. $1,200. My monthly budget is only $3,000.
"Don't order something so expensive next time. There's no need."
I'm not afraid to spend money to woo you. "You look good in grey." In the 3rd week, I gave her another gift, a scarf. I spent 2 days picking it out online. It cost $800. After she received it, she took a photo and sent it to me. The scarf was draped over her desk. I noticed her desk was very bare. There was only a laptop and a mug. "Your desk is so empty. I'll buy you a decoration later."
"No thanks. I don't like having things on my desk."
In the 4th week, I confessed my feelings. Outside her office building. At 8 p.m. She came out after working late. I'd been waiting at the entrance for 2 hours. I was holding a bouquet of red roses, shivering from the cold.
"Shenzhou."
Song Ji. I like you.
How long have you been waiting here?
It doesn't matter. Just give me a straight answer.
Okay.
Just one word. It took me a couple of seconds to process it. You said okay.
You heard me right, didn't you?
Seriously.
I wouldn't lie about it.
I stood there on the spot. My head was like fireworks going off.
Let's go, walk me back.
I walked beside her. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. It wasn't because of the cold, from that day on. I told everyone I met. My roommate asked what I was doing this weekend. I said I was hanging out with my girlfriend. My mom called. I told her I was in a relationship. My dad shouted in the background.
Bring her over sometime.
My sister called. She asked how I've been. Are you and that colleague of yours a thing?
Which colleague?
Song Ji. The bridesmaid from the wedding.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. It took me a month to win her over.
Shenzhou. Listen to me for a second.
Go ahead.
Do you really know her?
What's that supposed to mean, sis? She's your colleague. Don't you know her well enough? She's a great person. Gentle and elegant. My sister didn't say anything.
Fine, suit yourself.
She hung up. I didn't take it seriously. I figured it was just a typical big sister thing. When her younger brother starts dating, she feels like she has to vet the girl. I didn't have many classes in my senior year. I saw her at least 3 times a week. After a month, between dinners and gifts, I'd spent nearly 20,000. My savings, which I'd earned from my summer job, were almost gone. But I thought it was worth it, because I felt like I'd landed a girl who was way out of my league. Once Song Ji agreed to be with me, I suggested she meet my parents. She thought about it and said okay. I brought her home for dinner that weekend. My mom started preparing 2 days in advance. She bought enough for a feast. She even put out a brand new tablecloth. My dad dug out that old shirt from the back of the closet and put it on. He even combed his hair. When Song Ji arrived, she brought 2 boxes of tea.
Mr. and Mrs. Shen.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
You've made so many dishes, Mrs. Shen. You shouldn't have.
Don't mention it. Please, help yourself. Make yourself at home.
During dinner, Song Ji was perfect. She'd accept whatever my mom offered, and she listened intently to my dad. Her smiles were just right. She wasn't too eager, but she didn't seem like a stranger either. My dad had a few drinks and started asking,
What does Xiao Song do for a living?
She works at a company, in management.
Management is good. It's stable.
It's alright, but she's quite busy.
Does she work much overtime?
Sometimes.
Well, you need to look after your health.
Throughout the meal, my sister didn't say a word. She sat across the table, head down, shoveling food. She didn't stop eating, but she barely chewed. Sis, why aren't you talking? Our eyes met. After dinner, my mum took Song Ji to the living room to chat. I went to the kitchen to do dishes.
Shenzhou.
What?
Do you really plan on staying with her?
Duh, I brought her home.
Do you have any idea what her position is at the company?
Didn't you say she was your colleague? What's up? Just tell me.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I just can't. I'll only tell you one thing. The money you've spent means nothing to her.
What do you mean?
I don't mean anything. I just want you to be prepared.
Prepared for what?
I'm afraid you won't be able to handle it.
I thought my sister was being weird. Are you jealous that I found a girlfriend prettier than you? She stared at me for 5 seconds. Then turned and left. I walked Song Ji down that night.
Did your sister say something to you?
No, she's just a worrywart.
What did she say?
It doesn't matter. I can judge for myself. Under the streetlights, I couldn't see her expression clearly.
Shenzhou, if one day you find out I'm not who you think I am, what will you do?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
You're you, no matter what. I've been chasing you for a month. It's not like I can return you now.
Remember what you said.
Fine.
Next month. Aren't you starting your internship?
Yeah, my sister helped me get a spot at her company.
I know.
First day of the internship, I wore a new white shirt. Adjusted my collar 3 times in the mirror.
What's the big deal? It's not a blind date.
My girlfriend works there. I have to look decent, don't I? At 9, I arrived at the office building.
Shan, your sister is in finance on the 15th floor. Don't go up to see her unless it's important. It looks bad.
Got it, Fang.
Get settled in first. Not much work today. Just look through the files.
I sat down. Flipped through files for half an hour. My mind wasn't on it at all. I was wondering which floor Song Ji was on. She said she was in management. She should be in this building too. I'm here. Which floor are you on? She didn't reply. At 10:30, Fang asked me to go to the 15th floor to see my sister. To get a budget sheet. I got into the elevator. Reached the 15th floor. Finance was on the left of the hallway. The door was open. My sister's desk was toward the back. She was typing at her computer. Hey, Fang asked me to get the budget sheet.
Take it and go.
What's the rush?
Just leave.
I thought it was weird. I glanced back. Whose office is that?
Stop looking and go back to your desk.
Why are you pushing me?
Shenzhou, please. Don't come looking for me at lunch. I'll find you.
I stood in the elevator, gripping the folder. In my head, all I could see was my sister's expression. It wasn't annoyance. It was fear. What was she afraid of? I was eating takeout at my desk. My phone rang. My sister sent a message.
There's an all-hands meeting at 2 p.m. Just go with Fang. Don't say anything.
What meeting? She didn't reply.
2 p.m.
Fang took me to the large conference room on the 18th floor.
Long tables and a projector.
About 20 people were sitting there.
I sat in the back corner. Quarterly review meeting. Every department has to attend. Just listen.
Who's running it?
President Song.
President Song. The meeting started. The first few departments reported in turn, reading data and showing slides. I only half understood it. My eyelids started to get heavy. To avoid being branded as the guy who slept on his first day of work, I decided to bother my girlfriend. You know, at the office, there's actually an executive with the last name Song. Maybe she's a distant relative of yours. She replied almost in a sec.
You'll know real quick.
Hello, President Song. When I saw who walked in, I woke up instantly. It was Song Ji. My Song Ji.
Hello, everyone. Let's continue the meeting.
President Song. To think she's the same Song Ji I spent 20,000 on and spent a month chasing.
In the third quarter, overall revenue fell by 7%. I've reviewed the marketing department's proposal, and there are 3 points that need adjustment.
The way she speaks, compared to the Song Ji I know, is completely different. It's not gentle. It's not slow and relaxed. It's fast and precise. Every word carries weight. I see my sister sitting in the second row, at the end of the aisle. Her notebook is open in front of her, and her head is bowed low. Song Ji calls on the finance department.
The third quarter cost accounting report. Who was responsible for it?
It was me, President Song.
President Song? My sister called her President Song.
The data on page 7 doesn't match last month's. Go back and verify it, and get it to me tomorrow. Yes, President Song. I'll work overtime to handle it today. Okay. Take a seat.
When my sister sits down, I see the back of her shirt is soaked through. That's my sister. Growing up, she'd chase me down for blocks just to beat me up. She's the person I feared most my entire life. She's the boss at home. Even my dad yields to her. Yet here she is in front of Song Ji, bowing with her voice trembling. The meeting continues. Song Ji goes through every department, one by one. Her pace remains steady. Her expression doesn't change. When a report is poor, she straight up interrupts.
Do you even believe these numbers yourself?
No one dares to answer. The meeting lasts 40 minutes. When it's adjourned, everyone stands and waits for her to leave first. She saw me. I'm sitting in the corner. I didn't even notice the pen falling from my hand onto the table. Fang is next to me, his face turning pale. He's probably wondering if he and I will tomorrow both need to resubmit our resumes.
Intern. Should this month's salary go into your account, or mine?
I open my mouth, but I can't say a single word. The conference room door closes.
Shin, no, Mr. Shin, Mr. Shin. Do you know President Song?
My mouth twitched. I didn't answer. Sitting in that chair, everything in my head was being rearranged. The flowers, the dinners, the confession with the scarf, the $1,200 sushi, the $20,000. That clean desk of hers, that completely empty desk.
She said not to order anything so expensive next time.
That it wasn't necessary. My sister said the money you spent meant nothing to her. The truth is, the girl I'd been chasing for a month. The one I flexed about to everyone, saying I'd landed a girlfriend way out of my league. I thought I could reach her, but I couldn't even see the level she was on. After the meeting ended, I straight up rushed to the 15th floor. My sister wasn't at her desk.
A colleague nearby said she'd gone to the break room. What are you doing up here?
She's the VP. You call her President Song.
I wanted to tell you before.
Did you? Did you say a single word?
I told you I couldn't say anything.
What do you mean you couldn't? She's your boss, and you couldn't tell your own younger brother?
Shenzhou, can you keep your voice down? You think I didn't want to tell you? She gave me instructions. She didn't want me mentioning her business at the company to you.
She instructed you to?
Yes,
When?
the day you added her on WeChat.
You're saying the day she added me, she'd already reached out to you? She told me not to tell you who she was. Then, at the wedding, her being a bridesmaid, was that planned too?
She didn't arrange the bridesmaid thing. A friend of mine invited her.
But as for what happened after, she did talk to me.
About what?
She said she was a little interested in you. She told me not to interfere and not to reveal her identity. She wanted to see what kind of person you really are.
I stood in the break room. The window was open. The wind gusted in. I shivered. So this whole month I've been chasing her. She knew exactly what was happening. She knew what she was doing. All the money I spent and the gifts I gave to her, it was all just playing house.
I didn't say that.
You don't have to. I have a brain.
Shenzhou, where are you going? To find her. Calm down.
I can't calm down. I got into the elevator. I pressed the button for the 18th floor. At the end of the 18th floor hallway, there was a private office. The sign on the door read, Vice President Song Ji. The door was slightly ajar.
You're here.
You're playing me. A month. 20,000. You think this is funny?
You think I'm playing games with you?
What else? You're the vice president. I'm an intern. How am I supposed to pursue you? What is my 20,000 even worth?
You seemed happy enough when you were chasing me.
That's because I didn't know who you were.
And you're not happy now that you know?
You've been lying to me from the start.
When did I ever lie to you?
I opened my mouth, trying to find one lie she told me. But I couldn't find any. She never said she was a regular employee. She said she worked in management. She never said she was tight on cash. She just said, "Don't order such expensive food next time. It's not necessary." She didn't lie about anything. She just didn't tell me. But you didn't say how that's different from lying. You didn't tell me who you were, making me look like a clown performing for you for a month. And you think that's not lying? We were so close. I could even smell the scent of coffee on her.
Shenzhou, were you happy when you were chasing me?
Don't change the subject.
I'm not. Answer me.
Of course I was.
When I said yes to you, were you happy?
Yes.
Then the reason you're unhappy now, is it because I lied to you, or because you found out you're beneath me?
Those words were like a knife. When they stabbed me, I didn't even feel the pain. It only started to hurt 2 seconds later. Because she was right. I wasn't angry because I was lied to. I was angry because I realized that I was beneath her. I stood before her, my lips trembling, but I couldn't say a word.
When you were chasing me, I was actually quite happy, too. When you took me out to dinner, I thought that photo of the burnt egg was more interesting than anything. When you were downstairs at the office, waiting for 2 hours with your nose red from the cold, I saw you from upstairs.
You saw me? When she said those words, the anger in my mind suddenly cracked open. She was watching. She had been watching the whole time. My hands were shaking. I didn't know if it was anger or something else. After finishing my cigarette, I took out my phone. I didn't check our chat history. I opened my browser. I typed in the name, Song Ji. Not much came up, just a 3-year-old article from a local business journal. The headline read, Millennial Entrepreneur Song Ji, from 0 to over 100 million in revenue. I sat on the steps and read that article from start to finish 3 times. She said in the first year of her business, she couldn't make payroll. She sold her car to pay her employees. She said, in the toughest times, I sat in the office alone until dawn, not knowing what to do tomorrow. She said it with a smile. In the photo, she looked much younger than she does now, but a lot more tired. If I'm out of her league, I'll catch up. I'm not the type to give up. Back home, I set a search alert for Song Ji's business. Then I opened my laptop, searching for sales fundamentals and consumer psychology. I watched 6 videos that night and took 3 pages of notes. My sister texted to ask what's up. I said I was doing some extra study. She asked what I was studying. I didn't reply. That night, I had a dream. In the dream, Song Ji was standing in front of a window on the 18th floor. Her back was turned to me. I wanted to walk over, but the floor kept receding. I chased her for a long time. I finally reached the window. She turned around.
You're here.
I'm here. I walked here on my own this time. Then I woke up. I remembered her saying, "You're here." Not, "Why are you here?" but "You're here." It was like she'd been waiting for me to step up. I grabbed my phone and moved my alarm up by 2 hours. Today, I'm going to be the first one at the office. It's not about the grind. I just want to finish what I need to before she arrives. Once I got back to my desk, I started carefully reviewing the client files Fang gave me. I used to just phone it in, but things are different now. I listed every client's pain points, budgets, and decision makers all in one spreadsheet.
What are you working on?
I looked over this client. Price isn't the issue. It's the response time for support.
Our proposal wasn't clear about that. Since when do you know about this stuff?
I studied up last night.
And you caught that just by studying?
I've been seeing my girlfriend for a month. She's a CEO. If I can't even spot problems at her company, how can I even stand by her side?
Clean up this spreadsheet. Come with me to see the client this afternoon.
Me? What for?
You found the problem, so you'll present.
This was the first time in my life someone actually asked me to speak. Not because of my degree or who I knew, but because I actually had something to say. 2 p.m. The client's office. I sat in the conference room. Fang was right there next to me, but I knew this time I had to step up on my own. 2 p.m. I was sitting in the client's conference room. My palms were soaked in sweat. Fang gave me a look from beside me, meaning don't sweat it. I wasn't sweating it. When I explained their after-sales issues point by point, the client director put down his pen and gave me a serious look.
As for the after-sales response, you guys really didn't make this clear. You're just realizing that?
I saw it last night.
An intern?
Yes. But reviewing data has nothing to do with degrees. It's about being thorough.
This kid has something. Once the proposal is revised, we're good on our end. Shenzhou, you've been hiding your talent.
I wasn't hiding, I just hadn't woken up yet. That night, I went back to my apartment and opened my phone. In the chat, Song Ji sent a message.
I heard you went to see a client with Fang today.
Yeah. How did you know?
I just do.
She didn't say anything else. She's watching me. Not looking down from an 18th floor window, but watching with her heart. But I want to know how she knew. Was it Fang, my sister, or did she see it for herself? That's a question. I plan to ask her in person tomorrow. That night, my sister came to see me. When she knocked and walked in, I was sitting at my computer, organizing the files for my second client.
What have you been up to lately?
Just working.
Fang mentioned that you presented a proposal to a client today.
How do you know everything?
You forgot I work on the 15th floor. Fang told me when he came up to get something. Shenzhou, you've changed.
How so?
I can't quite put my finger on it. It's just that before, all you cared about was chasing girls. Now, you have something else in your eyes.
Sis, did your company almost go under last year?
How do you know that?
I looked into it. The 100 million revenue figure is from this year. Last year, you could barely make payroll.
When exactly did you start looking into this?
Ever since the day I found out she was the boss. Sis, how did she make it through? I want to know what kind of person my girlfriend really is, not President Song.
It's Song Ji. Do you really want to know?
I do.
Then come over to my place for dinner tomorrow night. I'll show you something.
What is it? Her first year starting out.
The messages she sent me during her first year in business. You'll understand once you see them.
Her first year starting out, the messages she sent my sister, what could they be? Were they about crying or breaking down? Or something else? Suddenly, I'm a little afraid to find out. Working late until 11 the next day, as I walked out of the building, the light in the guard booth was still on. I knew the security guard there, whose name was Wang.
He'd been in this building for 5 years. Working late again? Young man, you've got to hustle while you're young.
Uncle Wang, you've been here 5 years. Have you ever seen President Song pull an all-nighter?
You mean President Song? She works harder than any of you.
How hard?
In the 5 years I've been here, I've never seen her take a single weekend off. At her worst, the entire building would be dark, except for the light in her office shining until dawn.
When was that?
About 2 years ago. Back then, she was at the office almost every day. I was on patrol at 3 in the morning once, and she was still there.
Did you ever talk to her?
Once. It was really late one night, so I brought her a cup of hot tea. She said thank you. She looked exhausted that day, but she still managed to smile. She never let me bring her tea again after that, but I still make an extra cup every night and leave it on the booth's windowsill. Sometimes she comes by to pick it up.
Uncle Wang, why are you telling me this?
Because you're different from the others. There are so many people coming and going in this building, but few would say a single word to a security guard like me. But you're different. You smile at me, and you talk to me, unlike the others, who don't even give me a second glance. President Song is like that, too. She comes for the tea and she nods at me. You two are a bit alike.
I stood there, my throat feeling tight. A security guard, someone I had never really talked to before. He didn't know she'd sold her car. He didn't know how much money she'd been cheated out of, or what her grandmother told me, but he knew how long the lights in her office stayed on. And when I put that together with what I found, it all pieced together to form the real Song Ji. I stood downstairs for a long time, until my cigarette was completely out. Then I pulled out my phone and opened my search history. It showed, Song Ji sold car to make payroll. Song Ji partner dispute. Song Ji's first year of startup. That was what I found, and what Uncle Wang said was true. She really worked so hard that she was the only one left in the building. She was up there, and I was down here. But one day, I'm going to walk up there. I got back to the apartment. It was already midnight. I turned on my phone. I'd made a list in the Notes app. I set the list as my wallpaper, right next to the one of her burnt fried eggs. The two wallpapers side by side. One is the past, one is the future. Then, I opened my laptop. I started reviewing the second client's files. That night, I stayed up until 2 a.m. It wasn't because of anxiety. It was because I'd found my direction. Before, my direction was to win over Song Ji. Now, my direction is to be worthy of Song Ji. These two are completely different. In the first, she's the goal. In the second, she's a partner. I turned off the light. Lying in bed, I suddenly felt that these two things go well together. I created them both myself. Tomorrow, I'll start the first step on my list, the second client's proposal. I arrived early the next day, as usual. Fang didn't ask much when he saw me. He just said,
I've organized the new requirements from yesterday's client.
and sent them over. Thanks, Fang. I sat at my desk and didn't move all morning. During lunch, a girl from the neighboring team approached me with her lunchbox.
With her lunchbox. You're the new intern, right?
Yes?
At the meeting the other day, President Song spoke to you.
Yeah. Do you know each other? Not really.
President Song never talks to interns. You're the first.
I didn't respond and kept eating. She wouldn't give up.
I heard you're the younger brother of Miss Shen in finance.
Yes.
Miss Shen was recently promoted to supervisor. She's so impressive.
When was she promoted?
Last month, it was on the bulletin board.
Last month, the month I was pursuing Song Ji. I put down my chopsticks and headed to the lobby. The bulletin board had a row of notices next to the front desk. The one at the top read, by company decision, Miss Shen K of the finance department is appointed finance supervisor, effective immediately. The date at the bottom was the 15th of last month. I took out my phone and scrolled through my chat history. The 15th of last month was the second time I invited Song Ji to dinner. I stood in front of the bulletin board. I stared at that date for a long time. Maybe it's a coincidence. Or maybe it's not. I went to the break room for water this afternoon. I ran into two colleagues I didn't know. They were chatting inside. When I pushed the door open, they didn't notice me.
Have you heard?
President Song has been seeing someone lately. Are you serious? Who?
No idea. But someone sent flowers to the front desk last month. They were addressed to President Song.
That's pretty bold. Who would dare pursue her?
Who knows? But haven't you noticed? President Song's temper has improved a lot lately.
During last week's meeting, the marketing report was so bad, but she didn't even get angry.
If she really is dating someone, then we really have to thank that guy. Think of how many bullets he's taken for us.
Ha ha ha.
I stood by the water cooler. The cup was full. The water was overflowing. That guy they were talking about is me, an intern whom the whole company talks about like a joke. No, they don't know it's me yet. If they found out, then it would really be a joke. A message from Song Ji.
Are you free tonight?
Yes. Where? No matter what she wants to say, I have no reason to hide anymore.
Downstairs at your office. 8 o'clock.
I put my phone down. I continued organizing. The client files on hand. But a string tightened inside me. Why is she looking for me?
What have you been up to lately?
Studying, working, and figuring some things out.
Figuring out what?
Figuring out the answer to that question you asked. Was I angry because I was lied to, or because I found you were worse than me? You were right. I was angry because I realized I'm the one who's not good enough. But being behind isn't an excuse, it's a starting point.
So you're playing catch up now?
Yes? Learning how to catch up to you.
Shenzhou. Do you know what catching up to me really means?
I know. It's not about making more money than you. It's about making sure I'm capable of standing by your side, instead of needing you to pull me up.
Well, keep at it then. But don't work yourself to death. I don't have any plans to replace my boyfriend yet.
I stood there on the spot, processing her last sentence. I don't have any plans to replace my boyfriend yet. That means I'm still her boyfriend. I typed a few words and deleted them. Never mind. She told me to keep at it, so I'll wait until I've actually done it before asking. The next day at noon, I went to the break room to get some water again. When I pushed the door open, colleague A and colleague B were in there again.
Not going to lie, President Song is so young. To be a boss at her age, if she didn't have connections.
Who would believe it? Look at her social media. It's all high-end events. Where would a normal person get those resources? Maybe.
Shenzhou, you heard that.
I did. Keep going. We were just talking. Just talking gives you the right to spread rumors? You say she relies on connections. Do you have proof?
It's just office gossip.
Gossip gives you the right to trash someone? Do you know the year she started the business, her partner screwed her over so bad she almost died? Do you know she sold her car to pay her employees? Do you know she's still in the office at 3 in the morning? You can find all this online. She said it herself in interviews. If you won't even do a search before talking like this, that's not gossip. That's malicious.
You. Why are you so worked up? Who is she to you?
She's my girlfriend. And she always will be. So, in the future, I don't want to hear this again. As I walked out of the break room, my hands were still shaking. Not from fear, but from anger. Angry that someone can judge others like that, without knowing a thing about them. That afternoon, Fang pulled me aside.
Shen, what you said in the break room today, someone told President Song.
What did she say?
She didn't say anything. But during the meeting today, she did something unusual and sent a notice to HR. She said they're installing cameras in the break room. The reason is to prevent commercial leaks. Do you think it's to prevent leaks or something else?
She's telling me that she knows. And she's protecting me. This is the first time I've felt that being protected by a woman is actually pretty great. When my internship was almost over, Fang told me something.
Shen, your internship is almost over. Stay with us. I'll talk to the director.
No rush, Fang. Let me think about it.
Think about what? You've been performing so well lately, the director has already noticed.
At 2 p.m., the market director called me into his office.
Shen, Fang has praised you to me several times.
You're too kind, director.
The client analysis report you wrote, I've read it. It's better than what some of our full-time employees write. Stay, and I'll bring you on full-time. The salary is $6,000. What do you think?
Thank you, director. But I still want to make it on my own.
Shenzhou, you're nuts. $6,000 and a full-time position? In a company like ours, so many interns would kill for that.
I know, Fang. Initially, I came here just to be close to her. Now I've realized something. If I want to be close to her, it shouldn't be by working at her company, but by being capable myself.
It's good for a young man to have ambition. But let me warn you, it's not that easy out there.
I know, but I still have to try. Thank you for looking after me, director. And thank you, Fang. As I walked out of the director's office,
Fang followed me. Have you really made up your mind?
I have.
Cool. But if you ever run into trouble, come find me anytime. You're the best intern I've ever mentored, period.
It was my last day at work. As I was packing up my desk, I noticed the Pothos was doing well. It was the one I brought in. The one Song Ji told me to put on the windowsill. I took it with me. The lights on the 20th floor were still on. I knew she was up there, but I didn't go up. I said I'd make it on my own. Once I've made something of myself, I'll come back for her. Back at my apartment, I took the resumes I prepared and printed 5 copies. On the resume, in the work experience section, I wrote that during my internship, I independently analyzed client pain points and helped close 2 deals worth a total of $370,000. This was the first time in my life I had a resume I could be proud of. Not because of my degree or my looks, but because I actually did the work. That night, Song-ji sent a message.
I heard you're not staying.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I want to stand by your side one day based on my own merit, not just because I worked at your company to get close to you.
Then good luck.
I looked at those words, and my eyes welled up. She didn't try to talk me into staying. She didn't say, stay, and I'll give you a better position. What she said was, good luck. That was the greatest respect she could show me. 3 days later, in the afternoon, my sister asked to meet at the cafe downstairs from her office.
Which company are you at?
A small firm selling construction materials. Base pay is $3,500, but the commission is high.
How'd you find it?
I sent out over 30 resumes, interviewed at 11 places, and this one hired me.
Shenzhou, you've really changed.
In what way?
Before, you never stuck with anything for long. Chasing Song-ji for a month was considered a long time for you. Now you've sent over 30 resumes and gone to 11 interviews. Old you wouldn't have done this.
Because before, I had nothing to prove.
To prove to whom?
To myself.
Remember my wedding day? An old lady tripped at the hotel entrance.
I think so. Over by the parking lot. I helped her up.
Right, you helped her.
So what?
That lady was Song-ji's grandmother.
I almost dropped my cup. What did you say?
Her grandmother wasn't going that day. Song-ji insisted on taking her,
The lady has trouble walking,
and she tripped getting out of the car. The parking lot was so crowded then,
but only you ran to help.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
because if I'd told you then, it would have gone to your head. You'd have thought, of course she likes me. And you never would have grown up. But you're different now.
You sent out over 30 resumes.
Interviewed at 11 companies and turned down the director's offer. You're ready for the truth now.
I sat there, my throat feeling tight. That day, after helping the old lady, there was a young woman beside her. She held the old lady's arm and said, "Grandma, it's okay. Thank you."
That young woman was Song-ji.
She was wearing casual clothes then. I didn't even notice her face.
She noticed you
She got out of the car, saw you helping her grandmother, helped brush the dust off her clothes.
and asked if she should go to the hospital. Do you remember?
I thought back for a moment. I have a vague memory. After helping the old lady, I did ask if she needed to go to the hospital. The old lady said she was fine. There was a young woman nearby holding the old lady's arm and saying, "Thank you." That young woman was Song-ji, but she was in casual clothes then. I didn't even notice her face. Later at the ceremony, I saw her in a bridesmaid dress. I didn't even connect her to the person in the parking lot. So she noticed me at first, not because I'm handsome, not because I'm a smooth talker.
But because you helped her grandmother.
Is that what she told you?
She didn't straight up say it. It was once when we were working late, just the two of us. She suddenly asked me, "Is your younger brother always like this?" I asked, "Like what?" She said, "The type who sees someone in trouble and just steps in to help." I said he's been like that since he was a kid. He'd even feed stray cats on the side of the road.
And then?
She smiled and said, "No wonder."
No wonder what?
She didn't say anything else, and I didn't ask.
After getting back from the cafe, I made a decision. I opened my laptop and searched for Song-ji's company's recent procurement needs. Every year at the end of the year, they source year-end gifts for their employees. It was a public tender. The company I just started at happens to deal in building materials and office supplies. Year-end gifts aren't our main focus, but we can act as a middleman. I stayed up all night writing a proposal. The next day, I handed it to my new boss. After looking it over, my boss didn't speak for a long time.
Shenzhou, is this proposal for your own benefit or the company's?
Both.
Fine. I'll give you a chance. But if you drop the ball, you're gone.
I held that proposal as I walked out of my boss's office, my palms drenched in sweat. But I smiled. Because for the first time, I felt like I had something real in my hands. Not flowers, and not a scarf, but a proposal that could save her money. A week later, I secured a meeting with Song-ji's procurement department. On the day of the contract signing, I stood downstairs from her company, looking up at the lights on the 20th floor. She was up there, and I was down here. But this time, I wasn't there to wait for her. I was there to deliver a proposal. And I was actually looking forward to seeing her reaction when she saw it. Would she be surprised, or satisfied, or would she regret that she hadn't told me the truth sooner?
On the day we signed the contract, the procurement manager shook my hand. Shenzhou, this proposal really saved us quite a bit. Even President Song said it was good.
President Song? She saw it?
She did. For something as important as year-end gifts, she definitely has to review it herself. She asked if you were the one who made it. I said yes. She just nodded and didn't say anything else.
As I was walking out of the conference room, I happened to run into Song Ji coming out of the elevator.
Congratulations.
How did you know about today?
Of course I knew. The procurement department was having a meeting. I watched through the glass. When you were talking about the after-sales part, you kept gesturing with your hands. You looked like a real salesman.
How long were you watching?
From beginning to end.
You intentionally let me come here to sign a contract with your company.
I didn't do it on purpose. It's just that without even knowing it, you ended up right in front of me.
She looked at me, with something sparkling in her eyes.
Shinjo, you're the first person as a vendor to stand in my company. Not as an intern younger brother, not as a boyfriend, but as someone who can solve my problems.
I stood there, my throat feeling a bit tight. Then, can I come by more often?
If you're brave enough to come, I'll see you.
The night we signed the contract, Song Ji was driving to drop me off at my apartment. It was the first time I'd ever been in her car. It was very quiet inside, with only the GPS saying, turn left at the next intersection.
Shinjo, do you hate me?
Hate you for what?
For hiding my identity. For making things so hard for you.
I did, but not anymore.
Why?
Because you made me a better person. If I never found out who you were, I'd probably still be coasting through life, thinking my life was complete just by winning you over. You're the one who snapped me out of it.
What if you don't like the person you've become?
I do. The light turned green, she stepped on the gas. As the car pulled away, she said,
Me too.
What?
I've become a better person too. Because of you.
Street lights passed over the roof one by one. It was drizzling that day. The wipers swept across the glass rhythmically. But I still felt this was the quietest and most reassuring ride of my life. After the contract was signed, my relationship with Song Ji entered a new era. We weren't family, but we weren't strangers either. It was two people knowing where the other was, but still trying to find their own place. I ask her to dinner, she comes. I ask her to a movie, she comes to that, too. But she won't watch romances, says they're too fake. We watch action movies, she says they're too loud. We watch thrillers, and she doesn't say a word afterward, leaving me to guess what she's thinking in the dark. I only realized later that she wasn't picking a movie. She was picking an environment where she could relax. The theater is too dark, she can't see my expression, and it makes her uneasy, so she chooses dinner. Because there are lights. She can see if I'm just faking it. It's not that she doesn't trust me. She just doesn't trust anyone who speaks in the dark. Including herself. Later, my dad called to ask how I was doing.
That girlfriend of yours, are you two still together?
We are.
Good. Your mom hasn't stopped talking about her since they met last week. She says she's a good girl.
Dad. She's not exactly a regular employee.
I know that.
You do?
Your sister told me everything. So what if she's the boss? When your mother married me, her family owned a grocery store.
Dad.
Shinjo, are you overthinking things again?
No.
The hell you aren't. Let me tell you, you can't live on pride alone. Back in the day, I was chased out with a broom. I made it through, didn't I?
After I hung up, I sat by the window for a long time. My dad is blunt. But he's right. You can't live on pride alone. On the weekend, Song Ji asked me to come to her office. When I went up, she was standing by the floor-to-ceiling window. The sunset was hitting her hair catching the golden light. What are you looking at?
The city. 3 years ago, I stood here looking down, wondering if I'd die here. Today I stand here, wondering how far I can take this company. What about you? What are you thinking, standing here beside me?
I was thinking about when you stood by that window, worrying if I was cold.
What's wrong with you? Anyone else in my position would think about making more money or how to beat the competition. But you stand beside me and wonder if I'm cold. How could I not choose you?
You haven't chosen me yet. You only agreed to let me pursue you.
So, do you want to start and do it properly this time?
I already did.
Last time didn't count. Last time, you were pursuing Song Jiayi the bridesmaid. This time, you're pursuing President Song. You up for it?
Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know what to do about the future.
To be honest, I'm not too sure about the future either. After all, you're the boss, and I'm still just in sales.
What's wrong with sales? Sales is the most dignified profession. Because you solve problems for people, and they pay you for it.
But you don't need me to solve problems.
I do need it.
Need what?
I need you to make me feel that I don't always have to be the boss. I don't have to calculate things around you, or think too much, or fake it. That's what you give me. Things money can't buy.
Song Ji. You don't have to calculate things around me either, or think too much, or fake it. But you don't have to be afraid either.
Afraid of what?
Afraid I'll turn back into the guy who'd spend $2,000 on dinner, thinking that spending money could buy your happiness. Afraid that once I've won you over, I'll stop trying. Afraid I'll use being out of your league as an excuse to coast through life. I'm telling you now, I won't. I'm not that person anymore. And I don't plan on going back. You asked me just now what to do about the future. I have an answer now. I'll look for it with you from now on. If we can't find it, we'll keep looking. If we get tired, we'll take a break, and then keep looking after that.
How can you make everything sound so simple?
Because it isn't that complicated. We're the ones who overthink it. It's a light hug, as if she's afraid to squeeze too hard, afraid she might break me. This time, I held her tighter than she held me, not because she needs my protection, but because I need her to know I'm here. Not through a text, not through a screen, but as a real person with real warmth, actually standing right in front of her.
Shenzhou. I'll remember everything you said today.
I'll remember too. If I ever go back on my word, you can use today's recording to call me out.
I didn't record it.
I'll remember it for you. My memory is clearer than any recording. The sun has completely set. The office grew dark. But it didn't feel dark to me. She's right beside me. I can see her face clearly. And she can see mine. That's enough. That night, I wasn't in a rush to leave. We sat in the office for a long time. We didn't speak. We just looked out the window, watching the city lights flicker on one by one. Later, she made a call and had her assistant bring up some takeout. 2 beef noodle bowls with extra eggs. She remembered that I don't like cilantro. While we were eating, she said something to me.
Shenzhou. The one you're chasing this time, it's different from the last time, isn't it?
It's different. Last time, the one I chased was someone I thought was beautiful. This time, the one I'm chasing is someone I want to build a life with. That wasn't just a smile. It was something more genuine than that. From then on, I never asked what our relationship was again. Because the answer wasn't in the question anymore. The answer was in the daily messages, in the way she looked at me every time we met, and in the process of me becoming clearer about what I wanted in that process. The next day, I was up by 5:30. I opened my laptop and started preparing the client proposal for the next quarter. I'm going to make sure Song Ji's company becomes my long-term client. Not because she's my girlfriend, but because my service is worth her renewal. After I started at the new company, I worked my tail off. I woke up at 7 every morning and got back to my rental at 11 p.m. I didn't take weekends off. I spent them meeting clients. 3 months later, I made it. I was third on the sales leaderboard. At the morning meeting, the manager called my name.
Shenzhou, I signed 7 clients in my first 3 months. Aren't you senior employees embarrassed?
This isn't nerves, it's excitement. This is the first time in my life that I've earned recognition through my own hard work. That night, I treated myself to a bowl of beef noodles. I even added 2 eggs. When the noodles arrived, I took a photo and sent it to Songji. Signed, my 7th client today, treating myself to a bowl of noodles. She replied 20 minutes later.
Is that noodle shop any good?
The one at the end of the alley. They give you a lot of beef.
Take me there next time.
She said, take me. Not, are you free? Not, let's go sometime. It was take me. I could feel the trust and anticipation in those words right through the screen. That weekend, I took her to that noodle shop. She drove up in a very ordinary car. She was wearing a grey hoodie with her hair down. I was waiting at the entrance. When she got out of the car, I almost didn't recognize her. Why are you dressed like this?
What? Can't a boss wear a hoodie?
We walked into the shop and found a corner to sit. She didn't care about her image while eating. A bit of soup splashed onto her hoodie.
These noodles are actually great.
How do they compare to that $1,200 Japanese meal?
Better than the Japanese food.
Why?
Because you treated me to that when you were pursuing me. You were afraid I'd think it was cheap. But you chose these noodles yourself. You were afraid I'd stay hungry.
You. How do you see through everything?
Because it's you I care about. Not the noodles.
After the noodles, I drove her around by the river. The car was a new purchase. It was used, 30,000. I saved for 3 months to buy it.
This is a nice car.
Used cars aren't worth much.
Value isn't about the car, it's about the person driving it. Shenzhou, you're doing well.
In what way?
In every way.
Towards the end of the year, Songji's company was renewing their year-end gift contract. I spent a whole month preparing, going through 6 versions of the proposal. I had my manager review every draft.
Eventually, my manager said, Shenzhou, even I didn't have this kind of drive back in the day.
On the day we signed the renewal, the procurement manager shook my hand.
Shenzhou, your company's proposal has been the best 2 years in a row. President Song said you'll be our first choice every year from now on.
Thank you, Manager Zhang.
Don't thank me, thank yourself. I looked over your proposal. You clearly put your heart into it.
As I was leaving the procurement department, the elevator arrived.
Congratulations.
How did you know the renewal was today?
Of course I knew. Get in.
Where to?
The 20th floor. Some things are hard to explain in the lobby.
It was just the 2 of us in the elevator. So quiet that I could hear the lift moving.
Shenzhou. You're finally qualified to stand by my side.
Do you mean that?
I never lie. But you aren't qualified yet to stand above me.
Then how far do I need to go, to the point where?
To the point where you don't have to ask.
I smiled, because what she said wasn't a rejection. It was anticipation. Another 3 months passed. I did it. Top of the sales rankings. The company held an award ceremony. The manager asked me to go up and speak.
Shenzhou, say a few words.
When I first joined this company, the manager told me I'd be average at best. Because I don't have a degree, no experience, and 0 connections. I didn't say anything then. I was thinking, how far do I have to go to make you all believe that someone without a degree can succeed? Today's top spot isn't for you. It's for me, to prove one thing. If someone truly wants to become strong, no one can stop them. That night, I posted an update. Just one sentence, first place. Thank you, self, for not giving up. Within 10 minutes, 23 likes. One was from Song Ji. She rarely likes my posts. I stared at that red heart for 10 seconds.
I saw it.
Is there a reward? 3 minutes later.
What kind of reward do you want?
What kind of reward do you want to give me? Another 3 minutes passed.
Let's talk in person.
I gripped my phone. My heart racing exactly like the first time I saw her at the wedding. Exactly the same. I started thinking seriously about proposing. It wasn't just on a whim. I was being serious. I thought about it for 3 days and made a list. The list asked, am I ready to propose? More or less? What's the budget for the ring? I'm not touching my championship prize money. These $900 are what I saved from working overtime. Why not use the prize money? Because I want to use the extra money I earned to propose. I didn't want to use a championship prize to buy romance. Will she think it's too cheap? She's used $10 shampoo before. She won't think a $900 ring is cheap. What if she says no? Then I'll just wait. Until she says yes. I went to a jewelry store over the weekend. The rings in the cases ranged from a few hundred to hundreds of thousands. I stood by the $900 section for a long time.
The salesperson was a middle-aged woman. She saw me looking for a while
And came over to ask me.
Young man, are you picking something out for someone special? Is it for your girlfriend?
Yeah. It's for a proposal.
Then take a look at this. This one is 950 silver. The craftsmanship is quite good.
I'll take the $900 one.
Why? This one is much nicer.
Because $900 is what I can afford right now. It's the most honest amount. I don't want to use borrowed money to give her a borrowed romance.
Your girlfriend is very lucky. Because you're a sincere young man. She'll definitely be happy when she finds out.
Why?
What girl doesn't want her boyfriend to be sincere? It's not about the money, it's about the sentiment. I've been in this business for 20 years. I've seen so many people buy rings. Some buy expensive ones to show off. Some buy the right ones to build a life together. You're the latter.
I held that little box. As I walked out of the store, I walked for a long time. The box was in my pocket, feeling a bit heavy. But my heart felt lighter than ever. On the day I proposed, I chose a very ordinary day. It wasn't Valentine's Day. It wasn't her birthday. It wasn't any special occasion. Because I wanted to tell her. A proposal doesn't need a special day. An ordinary day can also become a special one. At 8 p.m., I stood outside her office building, clutching that little box in my hand, and my palms were soaked with sweat. Security Officer Wang was standing at the entrance. He saw me and smiled.
Back again? Not going to freeze for 2 hours this time?
No. I'm confident this time.
Why are you back again?
I'm here to do something big.
What big thing?
Song Ji, marry me. It's silver, no diamond, and costs $900. It glimmers a bit under the streetlight.
Just this?
Just this.
You're proposing with this?
If you think it's too cheap, I'll save up for 2 more months and buy another. But this money, I earned every cent of it myself. I'm not just chasing you, I'm becoming worthy of you.
How long did you prepare for this proposal?
3 days thinking, and 3 months saving.
3 months? You're the sales champion now. Why buy such a cheap one?
I haven't touched my commission bonus. These $900 came from staying an hour late every day, running errands and doing proposals for others. I saved it up, penny by penny. I want you to remember that on the day you marry me, the things I give you are things I earned specifically for you. They weren't just bought with some bonus money.
Shenzhou, you really are something.
What's up?
You know that I don't care how much the ring costs. You know that I.
You don't care. But I do. What I care about is that every single thing I give you is earned by my own hands. I want you to know that your man isn't just someone who stands downstairs waiting. He's someone who can stand by your side, and maybe one day, stand above you and protect you.
You're really annoying.
So, what's your answer?
Put it on.
Seriously?
If I weren't serious, I wouldn't be reaching out.
Put me down, everyone's watching.
Let them watch.
You're the sales champion now. Watch your image.
The sales champion is also your boyfriend. That title is more important than being a champion. After the successful proposal, we started preparing for the wedding. Song Ji said she didn't want anything too grand. She just wanted to find a beach and have a few people over for a couple of days. I said okay, but my parents and sister had to be there. She said fine. On the day of the dress fitting, I was waiting for her outside. She came out after changing and stood in front of the mirror. A white wedding dress, her hair in an updo, and a delicate necklace around her neck. She looked at herself in the mirror, and I looked at her too.
Do I look good?
You look beautiful.
In what way?
Every way. But the most beautiful part is your eyes.
What's up with my eyes?
I'm in them.
Shenzhou, when did you become such a smooth talker?
I learned it from clients. Clients say things they don't mean, so I practiced how to speak to their hearts. Eventually, I just got good at it.
So are you using sales techniques on me now?
It's not a technique, it's the truth.
Shenzhou, marrying you. I think it'll be pretty good.
What do you mean, think? It's a certainty.
It'll definitely be great.
That night, our families had dinner together. My dad had too much to drink. He walked up to Song Ji with his glass.
Ji, my son is beneath you, but he's a good man. If he's ever not good to you, tell me. I'll set him straight.
If he dares to treat me badly, I'll deal with him myself.
The wedding was at the beach. There were only a dozen guests. There was no officiant and no set program. Everyone just sat on the sand, eating barbecue and drinking beer. My mom cried. She said I'm all grown up now. My sister rolled her eyes beside her. She said he's not grown up at all. That he just found someone tougher to manage him. Ha ha ha. Song Ji heard her and doubled over laughing. That night, I walked along the shore with her. The moon was very bright. It shone on the water, shattering into pieces. Song Ji,
Yeah?
have you ever wondered, if your grandma hadn't tripped in the parking lot that day, would we never have met?
We would have.
Why?
Because someone like you, no matter where you are, people will notice. You might think you're ordinary, or not good enough. But in my eyes, you've always been that person who knelt in the parking lot to brush the dirt off an old lady's pants. That simple act. When you did it, you didn't think about who was watching. But it's that kind of effortless good-heartedness that's truly priceless.
Song Ji, when did you get so good with words?
I learned from you. When was I ever good with words? When you were chasing me. Those clumsy things you said worked better than any sweet talk. Shenzhou, let's go home.
Which home?
What do you think?
The sound of the waves hitting the shore, rhythmically, sounded just like her heartbeat, and just like that, it was perfect.